Hey everyone, G-Force41 here with another casual preview. This week we're going to Brenlee Country Club by Grimslow 40. Tom is the designer's name. This is another one that's, I think, under the radar a little bit. It's got a nice 3,400 plays actually, so good for you, Tom. You deserve it. This one's gonna be a nice fit for a Monday Tuesday event on the casuals. That's gonna be next week, week 3. I'm gonna try to get these out to you sooner, but folks, it's a little busy out there. Been a crazy week in in the financial world, so I'm a little behind schedule. So this one is very interesting. There's not a big description out there on the forums. There is, of course, description on TGC Tours. Um, it is named after the designer's wife. That's nice. And the eighth hole is a par three where Mary, a member of the club for 53 years, has laid to rest. So we'll remember to look for the gravesite for our dearly departed Mary. But this one's a gem. So let's get right to the golf. All right, here we go. Pretty scene. Nice BTs as they call it, behind tees. And what do we have here off to the left? But a willow. Well done, sir. Willows in the previous versions of the games did not come out particularly well, to say the least. Understatement of the year. But glad to see them in the new game. Look at this. Very nice kind of wide open design. Looks like some shared fairways, some different style bunkers. You kind of got a big old waist bunkery kind of thing there. You got some in the middle of the fairway. Very nice look. Some varied trees too. You got some pops of color up there. But yeah, I play a bunch of courses with willows, and I've tried to put them in my courses. It didn't work in the old game. So I'm yet to do that in the new game, but maybe sometime soon. Anyway, let's get rolling. Just a great look and feel off the tee. Great atmosphere. I'm playing Northeast Winds Medium. First hole location. I don't think I went through that in the intro. So that's my kind of fairway to start off on. I will take a 100-yard fairway any day. It's got to be about 70 to 80 at least. All right, uphill, upwind, nice green, perched at the top of a hill. As you know, I'm doing some videos on keeping greens natural, and this fits in perfectly. It just fits on the top of that landscape. Fits the topography just fine. Just very nice, smooth contours, interesting green. Just there's a little ridge here. You got a section back there. I'm sure there's a pin there. Sure there's a pin there. And then you got some room to put a pin anywhere else here. So really nice. Good start. Let me get back. Whoops. I got a little stuck there. Sorry about that. Up the hill. Into the winds. Give it some juice. Come on. Get close. Hey-yo. And he's happy. Simple little putt. See, the greens are running at 171. I put them on default. It's a little speedy for the new game. I don't mind. I like it right there. Some folks are a little bit speed averse, but not me. I think it makes the greens play fairly realistic without the ridiculous ridges in the greens, things like that. All right, second tee. Nice tee shot. There's one hell of a covered bridge over there on the left. That is a big, big bridge. Let's take a look. Of course, being in PlayStation, I have to do these silly things like change clubs, so you gotta look at things. That's a bridge. Look at that. That is a pretty long covered bridge. And look at that. There's a cityscape in the back. I'm not sure exactly where this is supposed to be. There was not much in the write-up. If there was one, I missed it, but I've searched high and low for it. Didn't see it. Drivable 4. Pretty well done, because it's reachable, barely. Probably not in the wind. And there's all sorts of trouble around it, right? There's certainly trouble there. Trouble in the front, trouble off to the side, and if you got wind behind your back, you're going over. So That's going to be a hard green to hit, so I'm not going to be that silly. With a winds coming right at me, I'm just going to go off to the side here and have a little pitch in from the angle. I think that's the smart place to be. 55 yards. It's a good distance for me in real life. 50, 55, a little half wedge. I practice it all the time. Real life golf tip, folks, practice the wedges, okay? Practice the shorter shots. Oh, man, too much. As Bob Rotella said, love your putter and wedges, okay? I know, like, folks, especially this time of year, right? You're itching to get out there. If you haven't practiced lately and you want to just bash that driver, go ahead, have fun. I'm not going to be the one that says, don't do that. But, yeah, don't do that. No, do that, have fun. But work on your wedges, your scoring irons, your 9 irons, 8 irons. If you get control of those, your scores will improve dramatically and you'll have a lot more fun. Takes a lot of the pressure off. I have a nice short course to practice on at the little club that I belong to, so I really enjoy it. It's very relaxing. I do it first thing in the morning sometimes, just hitting wedges into greens, 85 yards, 90 yards, 50 yards, 75. Just fun and varied. First thing in the morning. Great way to start the day. Alright, I'm not going to make it, so I'm actually going to go down a club. Same kind of thing. Just leave it a little bit short. Bunkers look okay. We'll look at the sculpting in a bit. Terrible shot. Interesting green shape. Again, the greens look fairly tame and very natural. So far, very impressed. I think this will be a really, really fun course for the Monday-Tuesday event. Wednesday event is Norfolk Pines. And then the big weekender is Romanov na Mermain by this guy named GeForce 41, who thinks he's something special. That's the 2K23 release of my Russia course. Getting it out there for you all. And that's gonna be it for a bit. I'm not porting anything else over. I'm trying to work on some new stuff, and as I've told you before, I'm very, very slow. So there's gonna be nothing imminent from me as far as design releases. But I am well into a links course. That's gonna be very interesting. Look at that willow right there in the middle. Pretty cool stuff. I gotta give you an A+ for your willow game here, Tom. It's not something many people have pulled off. All those bunkers. The bunkers could use a little bit of sculpting work. That's my only observation for an area of improvement. We'll talk about the grass in a bit. Alright, let's not mess this up. 57 feet. We're going downhill. These greens are rolling pretty fast, so my tendency is to overdo these. So I took a little bit off the gas pedal there, and it worked. Alright, so let's look at the grass. So right off on the right there, that usually using this one grass doesn't work. It tends to get repetitive, but I think he's pulled this off. That looks pretty cool, to be honest with you. So it's a pretty nice look. I mean, this whole course has got a very calm, serene look to it. Very enjoyable. The trees are varied. There's a couple of different pops of color. So I believe this is the fall theme. Not sure if it's the autumn, the harvest, exactly which one. I'll look it up and put a graphic up there. See, the good thing about learning how to use the video editor is I can correct my mistakes with a graphic. So I forget which theme he used, but we'll find it and put it up there. Um, these bunkers are pretty. Some of these are good. They're nice and kind of shallow. Some of them are a little bathtubby, and there's not a lot of definition around the sides, but very minor observation. Again, everything is this kind of combined fairway thing. This is a very interesting layout. I've wanted to do this kind of course before and have never pulled it off. Probably tried it a couple times and kind of gave up. Here's, well, here's an example. This is a little bathtubby, this bunker up right in here. So the sculpting here could be a little bit improved, but otherwise, you can see it off to the side there, too. Pretty cool, but the variation in the shapes keeps it interesting. Again, I'm not really sure where this course is. It's kind of got a linksy vibe to it, but not really. In the write-up, it mentions the kind of links vibe. It's definitely unique. I think it's a more modern kind of feel. That shot wasn't bad, huh? He's nodding his head. We'll take the little tapping bird anytime. Alright, another par 4. With these types of courses, though, you gotta be careful it doesn't get overly repetitive, okay? Because the holes could tend to blend together. If it's, you got this one giant fairway theme. Definitely a challenge. I think that's why I gave up on mine. Again, the green looks pretty good. I think that flow looks very natural, right? Fits in with the landscape. Very nice. Alright, I got the wind at my back. I know it doesn't affect the pitch shots as much. Get in. Look at that. Back-to-back birds. Alright. Another par 4. Again, fairly similar stuff. My only comment is these holes are a little different, but it's a little bit on the repetitive side. If you got a bunch of 4s, kind of the same kind of thing. Downhill tee shot, elevated approach. Big old bunkers surrounding it. Green shapes are varied. That's fine. Well, I don't want to pitch. With the winds at 10, I'm going to hit that one. Come on, wind. Come on, wind. That didn't do what I wanted. "32 feet. Not a good one at all. Low lighting, as you see, works well here. People tend to use it a lot for the look and feel. I mean, this is just, it's well done. I like it. Sometimes it's a little overdone, right? You don't want to rely on just the lighting for your look and feel, but that's not the case here. All right, the 8th hole. Oh, let's look for the gravesite of our dearly departed Mary, and there it is. Look at that. That's pretty well done. That's probably the best. There's been a few grave sites done in these courses over the years. That's right up there with the best of them. So rest in peace, Mary. Well done, Tom. Let's put, I think, well, we're going to put a pitching wedge on this. Give it some loft and some spin. Nope. Figure 8 shaped green. They're fairly tame. Again, another reason why it's a very good casuals course. We try not to get too crazy with the difficulty. Oh, that's a terrible putt. Right off the green. And we'll just chip it right in. I've been ramping up the type of course we play a little bit. And I've been trying to vary it a little bit. So I'm not thinking in terms of easy or hard. I'm thinking in terms of interesting for you guys out there, right? So some of the courses might be a little more challenging than in the past. But that's on purpose. It's a new game, new players. People are bombing it off the tee. Want to keep it fun, interesting and fun, not worry about it being hard or not hard, etc. So hopefully you've been enjoying the courses I've been selecting. Get over that lip. Yes. Oh, no. Thought I had it. If you have recommendations, let me know. If you want me to look at your course, let me know. Oh, I like the clubhouse with the lighthouse in it. I did that for Cuyahoga. The second 9 over a little pond. Again, wide open. This is running right alongside a 1, which is what I figured. Soft little undulations in the fairway. Well done. Keeps it interesting. Again, these greens are well done. I mean, that fits in very naturally with the landscape. It's moving. It's interesting. It's got a few different sections without being tiered. It flows. You can see how water would drain. Hits all the points, right? That's the only points I'm trying to make in my video. Part 2's coming out soon. I've got to edit it and add the fancy stuff. Make sure I don't make any mistakes in there. Which I've already caught a couple. Get in. I keep talking about how greens move left to right or right to left, and I keep mentioning a green that's moving right to left, and I keep saying the green's moving to the right. Catch myself messing up quite constantly. I like the thing in the middle. See, that's a little different. So now we varied it up. It was getting a little repetitive. There's 1 or 2 of those in the front, but not many. I'm not a fan of the bunkers that are just cut in the fairway. We'll look at that when they pop up next time. But, if you're going to put one in the middle with this kind of look and feel off to the side, that works. That I think looks much better than the ones that are just cut right into the fairway with nothing else. So that I like. The ponds are well done. It's a big drop on the left. Uphill. Okay, most of these greens are uphill. I tend to have elevated greens. You want to be careful. You don't want all of them going 10, 20 feet uphill. You do want to vary it up. Few uphill, few downhill, that kind of thing. Okay, another 4. Now this, yeah, this we saw in the front. I forget exactly what hole that was there. That was 2 or 3. And I saw that out of the corner of my eye. I forgot to mention it. But it fits in with, you see that bunker in front of the green, in the front right. I think that fits in nicely. Here you're presented with a little bit of a decision, right? You can go left or right. Left is kind of risky, but you look at that. You might get a little bit better angle to this one. That's not a lot of room, but let's try it. Let's see what happens. There you go. Contours helping you out there. I think that was the correct play. You know, the screen's 30 feet up. I think the last one was 20 feet. Oh! That wasn't even close. Ooh, that's a little severe slope. That might be a little much, buddy. I mean, we've had a whole bunch of elevated greens. I'm a fan of elevated greens. That's a big one. The other thing you want to think of doing when you have elevated greens, you got to smooth out that entrance to the green, right? And you don't have to. I mean, you can have greens that are elevated. It's a pretty steep rise, but sometimes if you smooth out that entrance, it looks and it plays better. 13. Where are we going? We're going off to the right. Alright, so that green's a little different. That looks like it's not as elevated as the other ones, if at all. So now we're getting somewhere. Pretty interesting. I think it sits in naturally between the hills that he's created, so a little bit more undulating than we've seen. A little bit flatter in the sense that it's not elevated. It's only 6 feet up. And look at that right in front. It's 1 or 2, you know, so that's barely anything. It's practically flat. So, interesting. Slowed it, but that's it's going to work. Four under it is. There we go. Time for par 3. So, oh, pretty. Look at this. That's a nice little scene. That's painting a nice picture. That's well done. These bunkers, yeah, it's a little bit shapy. I'm not sure if that's a spline or a shape. I can't really tell. Okay. The sculpting's okay there. You kind of want to sculpt around these. Give that a little definition. They don't look bad. Just could be a little bit better. Kind of just looks like, oh, hey, yo. You just plop those bunkers in and that was that. There you go. Alright, on to a par 5. Yeah, so I like the willow thing in the middle. That's kind of cool little spot there. I like that. That's different. 10 miles an hour. We'll go right at the bunker because I will not reach and it will go off to the left a little. That green's a little bit of an odd shape. Not sure what's going on there. That could be a little bit more rounded, I think. Oh, that was awful. Just sounded terrible. $21. We'll give it some juice. Ah, ooh boy. That wasn't very good. That's way too hard. Ee boy. Another bogey on a 5. Oh my god. We're looking at double. We could be looking at triple here, folks. Wow. That's a big mental error. Yikes. It's the only thing I gotta say here. It's, all right, another 4, 16. Look at the scorecard. So it's a par 72, but that's because it's missing a 5 and a 3 on each side. So as I was playing the front, I realized it's getting a little repetitive. It's because it was mainly par 4s. So, you know, when you're taking, you got 1 3 and 1 5, you gotta make the 4s real interesting. So that's my only. I wouldn't say it's a complaint. It gets a little repetitive because you've got a 4, 4, and a 5, and then you got nothing 4s. You got 1 3 on the front, and then you know it's all 4s until the 14th, and then 15th you got a 3 and a 5. Now it's 3 4s to finish. That's tough to pull off. I like this course. It's enjoyable, but it's just kind of a little bit of the same thing over and over. Again, a course like this, it's very unique. So I'm not sure why that decision was made. Seeing if I can get adventurous there. With that whole location, no. Pushed it. No light rough here. Again, these are huge fairways because they're double and triple fairways, right? It's a wide open concept. So again, this is a type of course that is not necessary. That is something I've been talking about in most of my other videos, that most of the time you should put them in, I think. Here you do not. There's no fringe either, but I think that's kind of what you're going for, this kind of linksy feel. Okay, now I'm getting tentative. That was pathetic. It's late on Friday night, by the way. A little tired. Not much sleep in a busy week, but all's good. Looking forward to the weekend and hitting some real golf balls tomorrow morning. Get a practice in. Let's take a look. Ooh, oh, what's an interesting shape. Yeah. A little awkward at the corners there on the right side, but in general, that's an interesting green. I think we're just gonna go over here. Oh my gosh. We'll get a look at this planting close up, or will it come down this hill? Will he catch a break? Oh, just missed it. Flatter lie, though. Do this. Go up a whole nother one. No, even that's not going to be... Oh, maybe I eked up there. I went up a club and it's going to pay off. Went 3 clubs up from normal. And I stole one back. All right. The big finish. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, okay. So again, it's very similar to the other holes. Um, Nothing wrong with this finishing hole. It's just, I wouldn't say it's a wow hole. It's solid. And I put it right in the bunker. Yeah, so those are the bunkers I'm not super fond of. Like, I would rather go with that kind of rough look that we are talking about earlier. That's an interesting green. Kind of tiered. Nice clubhouse. You see, I was talking about there's 3 lighthouses in there. I didn't notice that. Interesting. It's a good fence work. There's a driving range off in the distance. Too much. All right. Little flop. Not that great. I don't do that very much. All right. Well, that looks cool. Clubhouse looks nice for that last big putt, and I totally blew it right past. Oh my god. Whew. Not a good day putting for me. Otherwise, a quite enjoyable round. So, great job, my man. It's a fun course. I think you'll enjoy it. Get on out there. Brenlee Country Club, Grimslow 40. Well done. Like I said, Norfolk Pines tour will be Wednesday, Thursday. Brenlee's Monday, Tuesday. And my Romanov Na Remain will be the big weekender. So enjoy. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any courses you want to bring to my attention, feel free to let me know. I'll be back with more very soon. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you out there on the casuals.